find VO in double prime. And so how are you going to do that? Well, we're going to take the original circuit, and instead of deleting the voltage source, now we're going to delete the current source. So let's draw that out. So it's going like that. So we have an open circuit where the current source used to be, and now we call this voltage VO double prime. And I'm graying out these two 6K resistors, and these two 6K resistors really have some bad luck. Why I gray those out? Well, if I have a single loop here, if you really notice right here, if I have a single loop right here, what happens in this loop has no bearing on what happens in this loop. So we're just going to disregard whatever happens in that loop. Treat this as a single loop. And if I want to find a voltage across this 6K resistor, what can I do? Well, I can do a number of things. I can do KVL, or something else, but right now I'm going to use voltage divider. I'm really going to use my divider right now. So how do I use voltage divider? Well, I just do a source voltage of 12 volts times the resistor that I'm interested in, which is this 6K resistor. But it'll be the same actually for any of them, over my equivalent resistance of all resistors. So that's 6K plus 6K plus 6K. And that'll give me the voltage across that 6K resistor, the voltage VO double prime, and that equals 4 volts. So I've just calculated that VO single prime equals negative 24 volts, and VO double prime equals 4 volts. How do I find out the real value of VO? Real easy. All you have to do is add the two together. VO single prime plus VO double prime equals VO. And so, of course, that is going to equal negative 20 volts. Real easy. And this is pretty quick. Sorry, pretty quick. Here are my ending remarks for this video. First thing, the key to solving circuit problems quickly and correctly is practice. By far, the most important thing you can do is keep practicing. Second thing, each technique that we've learned today is not terribly difficult on its own. The challenging part is really identifying which technique or combination of techniques is appropriate for a given circuit. So, someone can ask you, solve for this current using this technique, and it'll probably be pretty easy because you're going to know exactly what you have to do. But if someone just says, solve for this current, and he'll tell you what technique to use, that's where the challenge lies. And it's really important to be able to identify which technique makes the most sense. Third thing, experiment with circuits on your own. Can't stress this enough. Play around with circuits and see how changing things in the circuit will affect it. And you can purchase the components that we used in this video. You know, we didn't use real components, we just put them on the screen, but you can purchase the real components from distributors like Mouser and DigiKey, and they're pretty inexpensive, probably only a couple cents each for those resistors. And you can create a voltage source using batteries, or if you have a power supply, that's even better. And you can see how changing things around will affect the circuit. In a similar way, you can use simulation software like LT Spice, which is free, and you can download from Later Technologies website to verify your findings and to learn more about circuit behavior. So if you have homework to do, or if you're just analyzing some circuit and you want to make sure you get it right, you can play in LT Spice and check if your answers match. Of course, you can always play around and see how changing values will change your circuit. Alright, so I really encourage you to do those things. And keep practicing, and I'm sure you'll be great at circuit analysis. As always, thanks for watching. I know my videos are long, and if you sat through this whole thing, thanks so much. But I hope it was helpful for you. I'd love to hear feedback if you have any. What would you like to see more of? What did you not enjoy so much? I'd love to hear that too. And if you'd like to give a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos, definitely subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, have a great day. My name is Tim, and this is Solid State Workshop. This video is entitled Introduction to Simple Electric Circuits. And if you're following my channel, you know that I actually uploaded a video with the same exact title about a year ago. So this might be kind of weird because, well, I'm uploading this again. I already did it. Well, after watching that video, I realized, I could have said some things a little bit better. I could have explained a couple concepts a little more clearly. And, there's a couple things I wasn't too happy about with that video. So I'm going to try to fix those mistakes to be a little more clear in this video. And hopefully paint a nice picture as to what simple electric circuits are. Let's go. So to start off, we're going to use an analogy. See, sometimes hopping right into the whole electric stuff is not always the best way to go. So what we're going to use is this thing called the hydraulic circuit. And a hydraulic circuit means to do with water. Hydro, to do with water. So we're going to imagine that this blue circle thing here, that's a pipe. And inside that pipe we have volumes of water. So we're going to say that each one of these little spheres of white liquid spheres here, we're going to say that those are volumes of water, say a liter apiece. Right? So we have, 20 liters of this pipe or something. And we're going to say that this pipe is completely filled with water. So there's no air in this pipe at all. It's completely filled with water. Fair enough. Okay, now we have two more elements in this hydraulic circuit. We have a pump, and we have a valve. And we're going to see exactly how we're going to find what they do later. But I'm sure you're kind of familiar with these two things. So let's see what happens. Say we turned on our pump, and we kept our valve completely open. What's going to happen if we turn on our pump right now? Well, the water's going to move through that circuit really, really fast. And it's going to be all happy and all hunky-dory, right? Great. Now, let's say we close our valve, so now it's only 50% open, right? What's going to happen? Well, our water is going to move through that pipe half as quickly because our valve is halfway open. And the pump is pushing, but that opening is only half as big, so the water has to move more slowly. And let's say we put it on 25%, well, you get the point. The water moves even more slowly. Even though that pump is still pushing just as hard, it's going to move even more slowly because that valve is more closed. So just, of course, keep this in your head, and hopefully this will make sense a little later. That makes sense already. So let's do a quick overview of the different elements of our hydraulic circuit. First of all, is the piping. And the piping is what contains the water. Wherever the piping goes, the water flows. And in our example, the size of the pipe, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about the pipe. If it's big or small, whatever, it doesn't matter. The next thing we're going to look at is water. And water
これ216円です。ありがとうございました。お持ちください。すいません。2点216円です。はい。220円お返しします。4円のお返しです。はい、4円取り支出です。ありがとうございます。お待ちくださいませ。はい、430円です。
黒い
ございます。お越しくださいませ。いらっしゃいませ。108円です。お守り失礼します。110円お預かりします。円のお返しです。ありがとうございます。お越しくださいませ。はい、いらっしゃいませ。
そういうのさ、お前。こういう銀座って書いてあったから。
Into how a battery works. So internally inside the battery there are two reactions happening. One at the negative terminal and one at the positive terminal. And at the negative terminal there's a chemical reaction happening that wants to give off electrons. That's what it wants to do. It wants to give off these electrons. And at the positive terminal there's an electron that is more geared to accept electrons. Or in other words, at the positive terminal there's a reaction happening that's less likely to give up these electrons. So there is a difference here on the top on the negative terminal. These are really, really eager to get rid of electrons. And on the positive terminal it's not quite as eager. So there's a difference in eagerness here. And this difference in eagerness is what causes the electrons to want to flow from negative to positive here. And well, what does that mean and why? Well, nature kind of works by moving to the more favorable condition, the condition at which there's a lower energy level. So to kind of equalize the kind of equilibrium, this negative terminal wants to get rid of the electrons, and the positive terminal wants to accept those electrons. And that's what happens, and that's how electrons move from the negative terminal to the positive terminal through an external circuit. And make magic happen. So let's think about one more thing before we move on, and that's the whole concept of pushing the electrons here. And what do I mean by that? So when the negative terminal gets rid of an electron, it introduces one more electron into this wire here than that was there previously. And so there's one more electron in that wire, but there's not exactly space for one more electron in that wire, if you want to think about it that way. So what happens? That one electron pushes on all the other electrons in that wire, and it pushes on every single one of them until one at the very end, at the positive terminal, pops out into the positive terminal, because there's not enough space for that electron in the copper wire. And so if you want to think about it another way, think about it as a straw completely filled with marbles. If you try to add one more marble to that straw, what happens? You put one marble on one end, and on the other end, out pops a marble, because it wasn't room for that marble. So that's kind of how this is working when you introduce that one electron onto the copper wire from the negative end here. Because when charges repel each other, as we learned in the previous slide, electrons repel each other, they all repel each other until one electron comes out on the positive end over here. And so even though the electron produced at the negative terminal is still probably very close to the negative terminal, it has caused all of the electrons in that wire to move, at least as a splitting, but they all moved. So although that electron didn't necessarily go racing automatically to the positive terminal, it caused a movement of electrons in the wire. Hopefully that makes sense. On the last slide we talked about a difference in eagerness between the negative and positive terminals of the battery. At the negative terminal, we had a high eagerness for electrons to leave. And at the positive terminal, there was a much lower eagerness for electrons to leave. And it's this difference in eagerness that drove electrons from one terminal to the other through a circuit. Now, there's a technical name for this difference in eagerness, and you probably guess this is another screen. It's potential difference, meaning the difference in electric potential between two points. So in this case, between the negative and positive here, well, at the end of the journey, they're at a lower
何
potential.
それ
The unit of potential difference is the volts. And you probably heard of the term voltage. And we have 1.5 volt batteries and 9 volt batteries and 120 volts or 240 volts at our wall outlets. And what do all these numbers mean? Well, basically, the higher voltage, so if we increase the voltage, the charge or the electrons will move faster through our given circuit, meaning if there's more energy
あ
transferred to the electrons in the circuit and it moves around more quickly. If we were up the voltage. Now, by definition, a volt is the amount of energy per unit charge, or 1 volt is defined as 1 joule, the unit of energy, over 1 coulomb, which is a unit of charge. So that's the energy per unit charge. Before we were talking about valves, now they
Well,
limit the rate of flow of water
on
in a
this,
circuit. So basically, they dictate how much water
長
passes a
す
certain
ぎる
point
と
in a certain amount of time.
高
And in a very similar way, a resistor limits the rate of flow of charge in an electric circuit. So if you have a greater resistance, use a resistor with a greater value, then you decrease the rate of flow.
昔の
As you do,
昔の
resistance
建物に興
then
味
you
があ
allow
って
a greater rate of flow of charge.
ここ最近
Use the unit ohm to measure resistance. Ohm is named after Mr. George Ohm, who was a physicist a couple hundred years ago. And we use the symbol omega. Very appropriate, right? Cool. Typical resistor that we use in circuit boards might look something like this. And these are pretty small devices. They're around 5 to 10 millimeters, or 2 millimeters, of course, and something around there. They're pretty small. And these are our typical resistors. What most people think about when they hear word resistor. The one on top might be a metal film type resistor. The tan one on the bottom is probably a carbon film type resistor. And one in the middle might be sort of a fireproof metal oxide resistor or something like that. But that's what we typically think about when we talk about resistors. However, there are other types of quote-unquote resistors out there. They are different forms. For
あら
example,
今日は閉まってます
resistor
ね
is a light bulb. A light bulb is a resistance. It heats up a lot, but it also creates light. That's the use of light bulb. And of course, we can also have space heaters and all sorts of electric heaters. And in the same fashion, toasters and anything that has a heat element that plugs to the wall is basically a resistance. So you can think of those as resistors. Getting that on track.